There was once a boy. A boy who was never accepted, never loved. A boy who discovered that he was something more. Something out of this world. A wizard. He was soon after accepted by his own kind. He was enrolled into the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Hogwarts. Until he was kicked out for being too fucking cool for that school, so he took to his magical abilities and became a magical bank robber. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be talking about something special indeed, something personally I am very excited for, and that is the upcoming RPG, Hogwarts Legacy. So when I was growing up, me, my sister and my mum, we all went to go see the new Harry Potter movies every year they came out, every year without fail. Now for myself, I only read like one of the Harry Potter books, so I wasn't a massive fan, but I was purely a fan of the movies, and also that one PS1 game as well that came out back in the day. Obviously as I got older, I never really thought much of the Harry Potter franchise as like a potential game series, because when you think Harry Potter, you never think of the games, and don't get me wrong, there is games out there. You have that old Kinect one.
Put your arms in this position. Give it a go.
Yeah, that one was a special thing. Yeah, that was a thing. Although, my mindset did change. And I'm sure yours did too, for different reasons probably. As you all know, I'm a big fan of RPGs like Fallout, Fable and any other that lets me become my own little character and a massive world. So when rumours and leaks started occurring of a potential Harry Potter RPG taking place in the Wizarding World years before the movies, I got pretty excited, I must say. Then, Hogwarts Legacy. It was officially announced, and if you haven't seen my reaction to that announcement, you could say I was pretty hyped, to say the least. Mate, no way it's the Harry Potter RPG, no fucking way.
Is it the one you
It
know?
is!
Oh, shit.
Beautiful and powerful.
Sorry, I'm giggling like a
Holy
little fucking...
shit, that looks sick.
Oh my god. This takes us to right now. In this video, I want to talk about what I want to see in Hogwarts Legacy and speculate a wee bit about the game, because we actually don't know too much outside of the fact that it's an RPG and it takes place in the 1800s and you can go anywhere you like. So as we jump right on in, if you have any ideas of what the game will be or what you're wanting it to be, let me know down in the comments. I do love reading community ideas for things. It's almost like I made an entire series for community ideas for both Fallout and Fable. I'm making that video as well, by the way, just stay tuned for that. So let's begin where all good RPGs begin, where everything starts, and that is, of course, the character creator. So when looking at the reveal trailer, you never really see a consistent face in a protagonist, you know? You never spot a protagonist amongst the crowd, which means that your character can look like anyone you choose, meaning that some players are going to create absolute mutants. Yes, don't take that personally, I do that too. But yeah, I'm hoping for a really detailed character creator, and that's outside of just making the appearance of my character. An idea I had, like, just, wandering around my noggin, is establishing the character's backstory, and maybe there's like a reason for them being there at Hogwarts, outside of just being like a traditional wizard. So what I mean by this is, like, I kind of imagined this character creator part being a bit like Cyberpunk 2077, where you can choose key aspects of your life, and that will result in your character getting different speech options, or maybe perhaps they're better at certain things. Maybe they're better at spells than some other people, maybe they're better at certain types of spells than other people. So there's that idea, and then there's another idea I had as well, which was a bit like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, where players get to do like a personality test before they play, and this test determines what skills and attributes the character has, as well as what house your character will belong to. Well, in Bloodline's case was like what clan you belong to, but you get what I mean. So yeah, it would be nice if you didn't get to know what house you were in straight off the bat. So when you start the game, you got the whole starting section, then you eventually arrive to Hogwarts, and then after a while, when you're going into your inauguration, is that even a word, inauguration? What's the word for it? Fuck. Yes, induction, never mind. So yeah, after you attend your induction and you get the hat put on you, it's only then you find out what house you're in. So it's quite cool, it's quite nice that way. It would be more exciting and a bit more immersive as well if it was presented like that. But I don't know, that's my opinion. People probably have differing opinions to that, but you know. One thing I want this game to really emphasise on is the role-playing aspect. It's an RPG after all, you need to emphasise that role-playing. Like, I don't want to be forced into being like a traditional old goody two-shoes and forced to be friends with some twat. Like, it'd be cool if you got to bond with any key character in your house, and if you bond with those characters, they can eventually become your companions or something, or help you out later on in the game. And another way, which would be really cool if they added this, it would be really fun if they added this, if they had like a Shadow of Mordor Nemesis system. So let's say you bond with certain characters, like you become friends with certain characters, but then, because of your actions, you will also make enemies as well. And then they'll eventually, you know, meddle in your affairs, battle you at various points in the game, stuff like that. That would be really fun to have and just make it way more engaging. Maybe it's like if you're a dick to a certain person, they eventually become like an evil wizard because you just straight up bully them. that would be interesting. For some reason as well, whenever I look at the trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, I get Fable vibes from it. I don't know if you do too. Of course the game is set in Britain and Fable has that British vibe to it as well, but I think that definitely hooks me in a wee bit more. Like, I can see this game being set up a bit like Fable as well, where the game isn't entirely open world but has connecting sections where you go from Hogwarts and travel to Hogsmeade and stuff like that. So it's not like a consistent, open, unintrusive world. It's probably going to be a bit like you arrive at the gates of Hogwarts and then you click a button and it goes into a loading screen and then you travel. Like maybe you will like see your character like progress on the world map or something like that, and then you eventually arrive at the gates of Hogsmeade. What would also be really cool as well, like just drawing from the Fable comparisons, is that it would be cool if they brought in like the good and evil mechanics of Fable. So if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of the Fable karma system, it basically means whenever your character is too far evil or too far good, it reflects on the character's appearance. So let's say if you're good, you'll start growing like angel wings and like a halo above your head, and if you're too evil, then you'll start growing horns and become more of like a devilish sort of character. Obviously in this game I'm not expecting bloody devil horns to just appear when you're just doing evil actions, but you know, it'd be cool if they had a bit something like that. Exploration is something I'm really curious about when it comes to this game as well. I'm just wondering if it's set up a bit like a blend of Fable and Bully. Bully for the sole reason of the player having classes to attend. So maybe like if you don't attend a class, it will sour the relationships you have with professors. Which, if that happened, that would be really cool. Yeah, I'm just curious like how much freedom you'll get in this game. Like, can I go to Hogsmeade whenever I want, or can I only access the town after a certain point in the game? Actually, I was thinking about this just there. It would be really funny if it was kind of like in the movie, where the only way you can get to Hogsmeade is if you got a pass from a professor, and then if your relationship with the professor is quite bad, then I guess you just have to try and find another way to Hogsmeade, or maybe you just can't leave the castle because the professor hates you. But yeah, it's stuff like that, it's talk like that that makes me really excited for this game. Obviously we haven't seen much on it just yet, but it's just the sheer potential of things that just makes everything so exciting. One last thing before I wrap up this video as well is that I do really want a co-op mode when it comes to Hogwarts. Like, just imagine this, right? A friend or two can join you as companions as you run around the castle, attending classes and, you know, solving mad mysteries. Again, I keep drawing these comparisons to Fable, I'm sorry. But Fable's actually a really good series to draw comparisons to this RPG as well, where like, you can have co-op, but it's not intrusive. Like, they won't affect your world or anything like that. They're solely there as just being companions to your story. So you're the one making the decisions, they're just there. they just exist. But yeah, I do really hope they add this. It would be cool, it would be fun, and I'm sure it will generate a lot of YouTube videos as well, so there's that. But anyway, that's me for this video. What do you guys think of Hogwarts Legacy? Are you looking forward to the game? Or are you not quite sure what to think just yet? Let me know down in the comments below. Special thanks to my lovely wee patrons, Kat G, Proxy1 and TG Monster for your continued support over my Patreon. Thank you guys so much, I do really appreciate it. By the way, go support the Patreon. I'm going to have a lot of cool behind the scenes videos there, and I have a new video of Dead by Daylight going up over there as well, so go check that out. But yeah, that's Hogwarts Legacy. I know there is controversy surrounding its creator, but the creator isn't involved in this game, but I know there's a lot of like back and forth stuff about that. I'm not going to throw in an opinion of it, because when it comes to my channel and when it comes to just me in general, I do not like to be involved in any of that sort of stuff, like any sort of political stuff or any sort of just stuff like that in general. I don't really like to get involved in drama or anything like that. I just like to enjoy games. So that's purely what I'm going to be doing when it comes to coverage of Hogwarts. I don't really bother with too much with that. So yeah, that's my input right there for anyone probably you know, head over to the comments and saying stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not going to get involved. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I guess I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.